Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Sue with Homesteading with Sue, and today I'm doing a marinated cucumber, tomato, and onion salad for you. The ingredients say 2 cucumbers sliced, 2 tomatoes cut in wedges, 1 small onion thinly sliced, a half a cup of vinegar, white or apple cider, a fourth of a cup of water, 2 tablespoons of sugar, salt and pepper to taste. And then the instructions are to combine cucumbers, tomatoes, and onions in a bowl. In a separate cup, mix vinegar, water, sugar, salt, and pepper. Stir well. And then I will pour the mixture over the vegetables and toss it to coat. And let it chill for at least 1 hour before you serve it. So I am actually going to not cut in wedges. I'm going to cut, I'm going to dice it all. It's easier to get my mouth that way. I'm going to use a small white onion. Actually, it's what I've had left from another recipe, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it. So to make this cucumber a little prettier, I'm going to run a fork down it, and it'll give it a little bit of a different texture. It'll be kind of cool looking. So I'm going to go ahead and dice this up too. This is an English cucumber. I think I'm going to use a little bit more. Some of this onion is already cut into cubes. that's enough. Okay, so give me just a second, I'll be right back. Alright, so I decided I'm going to try to put a jalapeno in there. Of course, get rid of the inside of it. Because that's the hot part. I think it might be good for a crunch taste. I'm going to just dice this up real nice and small. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the half cup of apple cider vinegar, fourth of a cup of water, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and salt and pepper to taste. We can always add more if we need to. We're going to stir that together. Okay, I'm just going to dump that in there. And my hands are nice and clean, so I'm just going to use my hands to stir this up. Tastes delicious. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in a bowl that has a lid to it and put it in my refrigerator for at least an hour. It's probably be more like 2 hours before I go ahead and serve it. And then I'll give you a taste test when I'm ready to serve it. Alright, now I'm going to make some crispy cheddar chicken. And it's going to take 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese, 1 sleeve of Ritz crackers crushed. I beat mine up with a rolling pin. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of pepper, 2 eggs, which I put salt and pepper in also, and 2 tablespoons of milk. And I do need 2 tablespoons of butter melted, and then fresh parsley for a garnish. I am going to actually stuff the chicken breasts also with some mushrooms, some spinach, and I'm going to put some artichoke bruschetta on the chicken itself. And I could make a white sauce, but I'm not going to, but I'll tell you how to do it anyway. It's optional, and it takes 1 can of cream of chicken soup, 2 tablespoons of sour cream, and 2 tablespoons of butter. So what we're going to do is we're going to preheat the oven to 375 degrees, lightly grease a 9x13 pan baking dish. In one shallow bowl, whisk together the eggs and milk, which I've already done. Second bowl, place the shredded cheese. Third bowl, combine the Ritz crackers, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, and then we'll pound the chicken so that it's the same thickness throughout the chicken. And it's supposed to be a 1/2 inch thickness. And then we're going to coat the chicken first in an egg mixture, then press the shredded cheese on, and then we'll finally coat it with the seasoned Ritz crackers, pressing them firmly so that the crackers stick. And then we'll arrange them in the baking pan, place the coated chicken breast in a prepared dish, drizzle melted butter evenly over the tops for crisping, and then we'll bake for 35 to 40 minutes or until the chicken is cooked thoroughly and crispy. And then if we were to do the sauce while the chicken breasts are cooking, we would combine the cream of chicken soup, sour cream, and butter in a small pan over medium heat, stir until warm thoroughly. And then we would serve the crispy chicken with a spoonful of creamy sauce, and then sprinkle fresh parsley over. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so I have this great big piece of wax paper on my table, and I'm going to cut these breasts almost in half, but leave them together, if that makes sense, so that they can fold back together. I'm just using 2 right now. I'm just going to show you how to do 2, and then I'll do the other 2 off camera. Okay, so there is a fat side to a chicken breast and the skinny side. The fat side, of course, is the fat side, and the skinny side is a little stinky one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold over my wax paper. Just long enough for both breasts. Make them the same size. Okay, there we go. All right, so that wax paper didn't work so great on the second one. Kind of fell together, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some of this artichoke bruschetta and put a amount on the thing. I didn't touch the chicken with it, so I can put it in the jar. And I already cut up the olives and spinach. I'm actually going to put a little bit more on this. A little bit on both sides. I'm going to tie it together also so I don't lose my filling. Okay, I'm going to put my mushrooms and spinach in each one. And when our shredding cheese, I shredded just a little bit extra so I could put some in the inside also. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this up against itself. Hopefully I cut my string long enough. And I figured 2 per breast for string. Do the same thing with the second one. All right, so I am going to go ahead and pause for a minute so I can get this mess cleaned up, and then I'll show you the rest. All right, so I have my 9x13 pan that's been sprayed. I have 2 of my 4 chicken breasts here. First off, you set them into the egg mixture. Then do it into the cheese mixture. Make sure the cheese sticks. And then you do into the cracker mixture. There's one. Okay, I don't think I'm actually going to do the other 2. I think those 2 are going to be enough for tonight. And we'll see how those turn out. Give me just a second to wash my hands. I am going to go ahead and get some more cracker crumbs on these. I'm going to go ahead and just put this spinach and mushrooms in the container too. Cover it up with some more of the cheese. And instead of butter, I'm going to use a good quality olive oil. Just drizzle some over the top. And I'm going to cook it for, I think it was 35 to 40 minutes. Oh yes, you cook it uncovered. All right, this is what it looked like coming out of the oven. Remember that there are 2 strings on each one of these. And I ended up cooking it for a total of an hour. I do believe that's because I stuffed it. Give me a minute and I'll show you what a bite looks like. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put some of my salad on my plate. Chicken is delicious. Salad is fantastic also. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.